All right, I'm live. This is my first ever live stream on YouTube, so hopefully it goes well. But if you're here, say hi. Um, I really don't know how to. Oh, here we go. Um, I don't know how participants. There we go. But what we are going to talk about is the Roe versus Wade Supreme Court ruling. Now, back in January 22nd in 1973, it was a landmark case and it resonated out of Texas. Now, um, I'm going to read it to you because I have it up here and I think it's very important. Roe versus Wade was a landmark legal decision issued on January 22nd, 1973, in which the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a Texas statute banning abortion. All right, sound familiar nowadays? Effectively legalizing the procedure across the United States, which, if the Constitution, every state is sovereign. So come on. The only thing that isn't sovereign to the individual state is currency, obviously. And we learned that back during the Civil War times and everything like that with the railroad. If you don't know that, go look it up. I really don't have time to tell you that because you can get into deep stuff with that. The court held that a woman's right to an abortion was implicit in the right to privacy protected by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. Prior to Roe versus Wade, abortion had been illegal throughout much of the country since the late 19th century. Since the 1973 ruling, many states have imposed restrictions on abortion's rights. And that's where we get the sovereignty. All right. So the federal government can't, whatever is not in the Constitution deemed the federal government's responsibility, it's the state's responsibility. All right. So this can't be a 14th Amendment right because you don't have a right to kill, anything. All right, except animals during hunting season, but we're not going to get into that. You don't have a right to kill something with a heartbeat. All right. That's just like you don't. I mean, I don't care what you think or what you don't think. Um, but there is no constitutional right with murder. All right. So a little things that I want to get into. What what is murder versus abortion? All right. What I think murder versus abortion is anything that has a heartbeat and you kill it, especially if it's a human, that's murder. All right. Um, Abortion, I guess you could go the opposite way. Anything that doesn't have a heartbeat, and is human, is an abortion? I don't know. But um, there's so many different um, ways you could go on this, and there's so many different perspectives and opinions. And let me reinstate that again: opinions. All right. What I say isn't right to somebody, and what somebody says to me may not be right. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's our opinion. But I think we can all agree that if somebody murdered a loved one or a friend, you'd be pretty upset. Now, the same can go with this whole Roe versus Wade, crap. When you deal with a human life, no matter what you believe conception is, all right, if you have a heartbeat, it's a heartbeat. It's alive. All right. No one can disregard that. If it's alive, it has a heartbeat. All right. The only thing that doesn't have a heartbeat is a machine. All right. And that the engine, whatever. But people that are on the pro choice side, I get what you're saying. Okay. I'm kind of like on the fence with that. Now, what I'm on the fence with the pro choice side is the concept of rape and incest. All right. I don't believe that. Um, so there's two things. When you have no say of getting pregnant, all right, or when a woman, I should say, because women can only get pregnant, guys, all right, and people, that's the only people that can have babies, all right, women, get over it. Get over yourself, okay? No one cares about that, but that's for another. I mean, it connects to this, but it's not this. But when a woman gets pregnant against her will and she doesn't want the baby, I believe that's where choice comes in. All right. That's only the the way, an abortion should come in. All right. You get raped, you know, incest happens, disgusting. But hey, I think that's the only place and the only way abortion ever fits into here. Now you go get drunk and have a good night out and you go and, have sex and you get pregnant off of your own stupidity. Come on. No. That's your deal. That's your fault. Okay? Not your fault, but his fault too for not pulling out. I mean, let's get real. But the thing is, there should only be certain times where it's acceptable. And there's very few times. Like I said, there's two: rape and incest. That's it. All right. Also, it's funny how the Democrats 3 weeks ago, Democrats, leftists, progressives, they're all the same. I don't even care what you mean. All right. I don't even care what you say, but they're all the same. And they couldn't even explain what a female was weeks ago. But now they want to be like, hey, abortion is pro-choice for women. Well, what's your definition of women now? Like just a couple weeks ago, it was you couldn't define it. Now you're all of a sudden for women's rights. Define what a woman is, okay? Let's get over this uh, gender dysphoria concept. Okay. There is no transgender. It's gender dysphoria. No woman can be a man. No man can be a woman. I don't care what your feelings are. Okay. Live in reality. Okay. Not your little fantasy world. Reality. Point blank. Okay. Um, Now, whoever leaked this to the press, that person I'd hate to be in a couple weeks or maybe even a couple days, maybe even tomorrow. I have no idea. But I think that's pretty pathetic. Don't leak, like, especially the Supreme Court. Don't leak it. All right. You have been trusted with very sensitive information and you have to uphold that oath, you know, whether it be said or not. You still have that responsibility and you didn't go by it. You failed. And I really hope that you get I really hope you get it punished by the extent of the law. Like honest to God. And that's just, it's despicable. It really is. That's kind of like a cop that deals drugs after he takes drugs off from a drug dealer. It's disgusting. Don't You're gonna get your due day. All right. Now I want to go back to, you know, the now all of a sudden Democrats want to say, hey, it's women's rights. That's true. It is a right, being a woman, biological female, to get pregnant. No man can get pregnant. All right. No man can get pregnant. There's not been a man in history of this world that has gotten pregnant. All right. Unless you're going to go to Hollywood, and half of them people are weirdos, anyways. Um, the whole her body, her choice. That's right. Her body, her choice. His body, his choice. Whatever. But the thing that I'd like to bring up is, when you say her body, her choice, what if that baby that you're aborting is a female? You're not giving her the choice of life. You're not doing it. You're being selfish. All right. Unless it's rape or incest. I get it. That's the only time I'm pro choice. All right. Um, but yeah, what if that baby that you're aborting, you're killing, is a female? There you go. You just went against your own little, talking point. Her body, her choice. Well, it's her body. She can't speak for herself because she's a baby. She's a fetus. A lot of people say out there, "Oh, fetuses aren't babies." Yeah, they have a heartbeat, right? They have a heartbeat. Yes, they are. But yeah, so hey, what if you're killing a female, baby? You're not giving it up to her body, her choice. It's just selfishness. Um, what is murder versus abortion? So I kind of had to I kind of had to think about this a little bit, how I wanted to present it. And there were a few ways that I thought of, but there was one way that really stuck out to me. And that way was, here's a scenario. I'm not going to give you a hypothetical. All right. I'm going to give you a scenario. So, a pregnant woman is on her way to the clinic. She's walking down the street. She gets mugged, and she gets shot or stabbed in the stomach, kills a baby. All right. Doesn't kill her, but kills a baby. Or maybe it could kill her, whatever. Uh, that criminal, or that murderer that shot or stabbed a pregnant woman, is going to get charged with murder. Does nobody see what's wrong with that? They get charged with murder, but if she made it to the abortion clinic and had a vacuum stuck up her vagina and sucked that baby out and killed it, that's an abortion. That's totally legal. All right. What's the difference? What's the difference? She was going to get rid of it anyways. It's not a it's not a living human being. That's what you say. That's what you stand by. All right. So what's the difference of a guy or a woman, a criminal, stabbing or shooting a pregnant woman, killing the baby inside her, opposed from the pregnant woman that was already on her way to the abortion clinic getting the baby sucked out or vacuumed out of her? It's the same concept. It's murder. Even the law states it. All right. Um, which, so hypocritical. It's so stupid. Um, yeah, but I mean, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. and it's a touchy subject. But the recap, I am for pro-choice on certain reasons: rape and incest. Only two. You go out and you have sex, get drunk, whatever. Week later, you find out you're pregnant. Suck it up. Not by a vacuum, by abortion. Okay. God, don't take me wrong. But man up, woman up. Okay. It's your two responsibilities. There's the only way to make a baby, and that's with an egg and sperm. All right. And sperm comes from a man, and egg comes from a woman. All right. Biologically, not mentally. All right. Um, you guys got to think about the whole concept of, oh, is not murder, but somebody stabbing or shooting a pregnant woman and killing the baby is murder. Come on. And also, the pathetic human being that leaked this to the public, to the media, I hope you get caught. I really do. Because I hate it. It's supposed to only come out whenever it's supposed to. All right. Kind of like an abortion or having a baby. It's only supposed to come out when it's supposed to come out. Um, Also, they say that, on the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, um, that the court upheld, or the court held, that a woman's right to an abortion was implicit to the right to privacy protected by the 14th Amendment. Um, so now you guys want to talk about upholding amendments to the Constitution, which, let's do gun control. All right. Second Amendment. Anybody heard of that? Hope I hope so. Um, y'all want to take away things that can protect the individual and others, but you want to be okay with things that just basically kill innocent babies, innocent lives. Okay. The hypocrisy is deafening. But for you conservatives and Republicans and, the sane people out there, don't let them get to you. Don't let them get to you. They talk a big game. They like to be loud. But guess what? Like I've always said, things that are about to die become the loudest. All right. They try to fight with everything and nasty as they can. And progressives are the nastiest SOBs, I should say. I was going to say something else, but they're the nastiest people on the planet. All right. Don't play their game. Don't play their game. Stand strong. Be in reality. All right. And know that these people are demonic. Absolutely demonic. No doubt about it. And don't fall for their crap. Don't give them 1 inch. Do you. All right. And not like Oprah saying, be your truth. Be your truth. No, there's truth and then your opinion. All right. So know the difference between your opinion and truth. That's it. All right. This is Laced Reality, and I am Brandon. And that's all I had to say about this. Goodbye.